All right, everyone. So if you've been tuning in for the last few weeks, you'll know that this is a bit unorthodox. We're usually not outside. We're usually not on camera in this way, but the show must go on. And today, this is a very important and necessary topic. Is your organization high net worth donor ready? This is an important conversation. So if this is your first time in this space, my name is Verneda Adele. I've been producing events for over 20 years. I have had the privilege of working with some of the top organizations, particularly nonprofits in New York and LA and in Atlanta internationally. And this comes up time and time again, is that I'll get in the space with clients and they want the seven-figure donor. They want the $1 million donor to come to the table. They want the person who just, brought in $125 million to donate 5 million of that to them. And the question comes back to, is your organization ready for that? And what does it look like for you to be ready for such a high net worth donor or donors to come to the table? So if you are in the C-suite as someone who is charged with the success of events in your organization, but you don't necessarily see yourself as an event person, if you are an emerging event professional, or you're looking to make the leap from being, say, full-time staff producing events to running your own event production company, this is the space for you. So again, we are going to talk about this topic on, is your organization ready for high net worth donors? Okay, so point number one, in order for you to really be in a position to have high net worth donors come to your table, ready to have conversations, ready to open their preferred payment method, might be crypto. Now, people aren't really opening up checkbooks at this point, but if they're ready to transfer funds to your organization, there's a few key things that you need to have in place. First of all, organization for your organization. Are you organized? Do you have your documents in order? Is your annual report up to date? Do you have all of your strategic plans in place? Is your board list up to date? Are you clear on the roadmap of where those dollars are going to? Now, of course, there's going to be those who want to perhaps donate to a specific program. I always err on the side of, it's always best if you can to have high net worth donate unrestricted dollars. We always want to go for unrestricted dollars. Those are the dollars that help keep the lights on, that have salaries paid, that are not covered by specific program grant dollars, and they're incredibly important to the organization. And that's I think in part there is a passion that I have for those unrestricted dollars, because that so often comes out of those large scale nonprofit fundraising galas are unrestricted dollars. But we know that organizations cannot function without unrestricted dollars. But you have to have clarity on, like, what are those unrestricted dollars going to go towards? Those conversations still need to be had. It's not just about telling your story about why the organization exists and what constituents you are focused on. You have to be able to articulate, what are those dollars going to go towards? And if you don't have that in place yet, you're probably not ready to bring seven-figure high net worth donors to the table. Now, point number two, I'm going to do my best to hold this as steady as possible. Again, totally unorthodox. So make sure you turn in next week. We'll be back into our regular location, but we appreciate your patience today, because sometimes you just gotta, the show is going to go on. And we are committed to putting up a new video every Wednesday on tips of the trade in the event industry to make sure that you and your organization succeed. Okay, so point number two on, is your organization ready for high net worth donors? So in addition to having organization for your organization, you need to be able to give that donor something that they can be attached to, that they want, that will be goodwill for them. It is definitely very much a reciprocal relationship when it comes to donors. It is not just a matter of donors donating out of the goodness of their heart or even their passion for the work that your organization do. Have you built up your organization's brand, its goodwill, and the opportunity so that when this donation is made, sometime high net worth, they want to be anonymous, which is great. But a lot of them are looking to make sure that whatever they attach their dollars to, they can feel proud of having that on their mantle. Real talk. Like, let's just keep real talk. They want to know that their brand that they are associating with that organization is a brand that they feel good about, that's going to bring them goodwill and maybe even bring them good press. So do you have your ducks in a row to be able to offer your high net worth donors that branded opportunity, that goodwill, so that there's something that they can hang their hat on? Okay, and then point number 3, besides having your organization, your documents in place, your goodwill in place, when it comes to making sure, is your organization ready for high net worth donors, it is understanding that there must be others coming to the table. It can be really challenging when you're going after that big whale and you don't have any other big whales. You're going to go after an 8-figure gift, but you have no other 8 or 7-figure gifts in the pipeline. Make sure your pipeline is flush. Now, this goes into donor cultivation. Who is your CEO having lunch with? Who is your chief development officer cultivating relationships with? Who can you introduce these high net worth donors to each other so that they know that they're not the only one at the table? They're not the only one in the room. Now, there still might be one who goes first, which is great, but you have to be able to assure those donors that you're not solely hanging your organization's hat on their gift. But no. And also, do you have a plan for a multi-gift? That's going to be a whole nother conversation for a whole nother post. We're going to make a whole video about multi-year giving and making sure you're set up for that. But at the end of the day, it's kind of like no one wants to be the first one starting to dance at the party. No one wants to be the first one to jump in the pool. Now, they have some bold outliers out there, and if you have relationships with those, great. But all that to say, when you're preparing yourself, or if you want to have a marker on whether or not your organization is ready to bring in high net worth organization, is it one, or do you have a pipeline? Are you cultivating multiple people at once? Are you even creating, say, a special cultivation event? Who's on your board? It always comes back to the board. Who's on your board that can massage and push these relationships forward? And is your organization, once that person comes in, this is a bonus one, number 4. Once that person comes in, are you ready to keep them in? Are you ready to follow up? Are you ready to give the thank yous? Are you ready to have special acknowledgments? Do you have a place where they can always know they can get a hold of you? Because once you're talking about 7 and 8 figures, that should be a direct cell phone conversation, and that person can get to their key contact at your organization, whether it's the executive director or the chief development officer, whoever that key contact is, they should be able to get in touch with you easily, regularly, at any time. Are you ready to keep them? So just a quick recap, is your organization ready for high net worth donors? Is your organization organized? Do you have your goodwill and branding in place? Is your pipeline full and you're cultivating multiple high net worth donors at once? And once they're in, are you ready to keep them? If you like more content like this, make sure you tap in below at info@humanintonation.com. Verneda Adele from production by humanintonation.com. If you like your team to connect with our team on bringing your event to life or any other consulting that you might need, again, info@humanintonation.com. You can also catch me at Verneda Adele on all social channels. We are here every Wednesday with a new video, and so excited to connect with you all. I love topics like these because there's so many amazing organizations out there that with just a little bit of tweaking, a little bit of elbow grease, and a little bit of strategy, you are more than capable of landing those big fish and moving into 7-figure donor circles. So thank you for tapping in. This is Verneda Adele. We are excited to connect with you. We'll see you all next week, and let the world know how you'll use your hot sauce